Hello, this is Paul, City Sailing. Today I want to talk about leeway. Leeway is the effect of the wind on a vessel. So we've got here the vessel's compass course steering down the blue line, the wind blowing, and it'll blow the boat sideways. So leeway is the effect of the wind blowing the boat sideways. So here we have the boat's compass course, and the water track, which is the course through the water. So the compass course is heading in one direction because the wind's blowing us. The boat gets blown sideways a little bit, and our water track is different from our compass track due to the wind blowing on the boat, and this is what leeway is. It's measured as an angle. So if we look out the back of our boat, we'll have the wake coming out the back of our boat. If we then put a long rope in the water, we can look at the angle between the rope and our wake, and that'll be our leeway. If we guess the angle of that, that'll give our leeway. So there's our wake, with the line straight out the back, and there's the angle a trailing rope would make through the water. And that angle would represent our leeway. So what factors affect our leeway? So we can have more leeway or less leeway. Let's have a look at some of the factors that will affect our leeway. So the first one, point of sail, which is our angle to the wind. So the maximum leeway is when you're going to windward or beating to windward, close to the wind with the sails pulled tight in. When we're reaching with the sails out and we're off the wind a little bit, there's less leeway. And if we've got the wind directly behind us and we're running, there'll be no leeway at all. So if we look at this diagram, this should be familiar with you, with the wind coming down the diagram with the no-go zone or the dead zone at the top. When we're closest to the wind on close hauled, port or starboard tack, it's the most amount of leeway. As we go onto a reach and we come away from the wind, there's less leeway. When we're 120 degrees from the wind or a broad reach, there's little leeway, and the wind's directly behind us, there's no leeway at all because there's no sideways force. So the other factor will be boat design. So we've got a flat bottom boat or bilge keel boat, which a bilge keel means that there's two keels, they're widely apart, and they're designed so they sit on the mud so you can dry the boat out if you wish, which makes a lot more harbours accessible. So you've got a bilge keel boat, they'll have more leeway than single fin keel boats. Boats that are beamy or wide, when they lean over, they'll slide a lot and they'll make a lot of leeway. So if you've got a wide boat, like most modern yachts, if you reduce sail early, it will reduce the amount of leeway. Older designs tend to have a deeper keel and a narrow hull, which will give less leeway when heeled. If you look at the left-hand boat, which is similar to a Contessa 32, long, deep keel will have less leeway than the racing yacht that's behind it. Boat speed. So leeway increases as boat speed decreases. So if a vessel doing 30 knots that has little or no leeway, will have little or no leeway. If you're America's Cup boat and you're looking at 40 to 50 knots through the water, leeway isn't very negligible, if at all. But if the sea state is such and the same vessel can only make 5 knots, there could be considerable leeway. Strength of the wind. Stronger the wind, the more leeway. So you can see on this boat here, it's been blown. Stronger the wind, the more the boat will be blown downwind, and it will increase the leeway on the vessel. Sea state. So sea state, rough weather will increase leeway. The boat will be carried sideways by the breaking waves. And sometimes you experience when you're trying to go into the wind in huge waves, as you come off a wave, sometimes you can feel the whole boat going sideways. So in a rough weather, we'll get a lot more leeway, especially going into the wind. Ability of the helmsperson. So novice helmspeople often increase leeway. They don't drive the boat efficiently. They slow the boat down by going too close to the wind. Then the boat starts going sideways before it picks up speed again. A more experienced helmsperson going into the wind in waves who go up the face of the wave and down the back of the wave, maintain boat speed and decrease leeway. But that will come in time. So allowing for leeway in our navigation. So the leeway depends on your course in relation to the direction of the wind. We've just said that. And if you're plotting an estimated position or a course to steer. If estimated position or course to steer means nothing to you, We have tutorials with city sailing on both estimated position and course to steer on our website, citysailing.com. So there's no easy rule to decide, add or subtract. The leeway angle, I find looking on the chart and working out from looking at the chart, and I'll explain that, is much easier. So leeway with course to steer. So this is going to happen, so you need to allow for leeway into the wind so the wind will push you back on course. Let's have a look at a picture. Here we go. There's the boat's course. There's the wind. So obviously the wind is going to blow us from the bottom of the page up the page. So the wind's blowing here. It's going to blow the boat sideways. So if there's leeway and we want to counteract that leeway, we want to head the boat into the wind. So depending on what the leeway is, we have to head the boat into the wind by that amount of leeway. So if the leeway is 17 degrees and the boat's course is 50, we have to head our boat towards the wind 17 degrees. So here it will be from 50, 17 degrees this way. So as we look at the numbers, 0, 90 due east, 180 due south, the numbers are getting bigger here. So in this case it's clockwise, so we add the leeway. So 50 plus the 17 degrees is 067 degrees. So if we steer the boat 067 degrees, then with the effect of the leeway, the boat's course will be 050 degrees. If we're going the other way, wind in the same direction, boat sailing along, so the wind would push the boat this way. So to counter the effect of the leeway, we'd have to head the boat 17 degrees into the wind. So what we'd have to do is head the boat this way. So if we look here, it's 0, 350, 340, 330. Numbers are getting smaller. So the boat's course 296. We'd have to subtract the 17 from the 296. But if you look at it like this, it's really easy to work out. So your 296 going this way minus 17 equals 279 degrees. It's working out our leeway. We always apply it at the end, so it's a good idea to look the direction that the wind's coming from, look at the compass rose, and apply the boat into the wind to apply our leeway. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for watching the tutorials on city sailing. There's lots more on our website, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.